All 5 Power 5 college football conference championships are going down this weekend, so I had to bring in the czar of the playbook, college football expert Emory Hunt of CBS Sports, here to break down championship weekend. Emory, first and foremost, thanks for joining us. My UMass Minutemen aren't playing any conference championships, but maybe in another year. So let's start with the Pac-12 championship. Number 4, USC. Number 11, Utah. Break it down for us.
But they're going to run it back Shalimar style. Second time around, the first matchup was in Salt Lake City. Utah won that one in overtime. And USC's defense this time around is much better. Not saying they're great, but they're much better than what we saw the last couple of weeks. They did a great job against Notre Dame. I think USC's defense is going to be the reason why they get revenge against Utah. I like USC to win.
All right, if they want to fight on, they're going to have to beat the Utes. Let's get to the Big 12 championship. Number 10, Kansas State, sleeper, versus number 3, TCU. Can TCU keep their undefeated season going?
It's going to be tough, man, because we all remember how Kansas State has always been. Run game, defense, special teams. This game was a weird one earlier in the year. Now you look at the way Kansas State is playing with Will Howard. I think Kansas State beats these guys outright. I like the upset here against TCU. Kansas State can beat you with the run game, the pass game, and then we know they can beat you on special teams, and they'll do so against TCU.
TCU had a streak of 7 straight games with wins with 10 points or fewer. They're built for a close game, but you wonder if that luck can run out this weekend. The SEC championship. Everybody's ready for this one. Number 14, LSU. Number 1, Georgia Bulldogs. Can the Dogs take it?
It's going to be tough, man. LSU is built the same way Georgia is built. The difference will be LSU's offensive line with those 2 freshman tackles up against that defensive front of Georgia. I think that's going to be the difference in this ball game. I think this one will be a lot closer than people think, but I do like Georgia by at least a touchdown in this ball game. LSU will be game. They are built the same way. Jaden Daniels, his box office plays his best in the biggest of games. I just think LSU maybe is a year away for winning the outright SEC, but kudos to them getting the SEC West title this year.
Absolutely, because everybody was on Brian Kelly's head after that loss, the first game of the season, FSU. Now they're in the SEC championship. Let's go to the one I think is probably the most boring championship of them all, the ACC championship. Number 23, North Carolina versus number 9, Clemson. Who takes this one?
Yeah, the forget-me-nots bowl between 2 teams that are stumbling into this ball game. But I like Clemson because of their defense, and North Carolina just doesn't have the defense to slow down a high-powered offense of the Clemson Tigers, albeit they are inconsistent. But what has been consistent for Clemson has been their defense, and we know North Carolina is all offense, no defense. So if you have a defense that can slow them down and steal away a couple of possessions, you, sir, will have the chance to win the game. And I do think the Tigers will do just that.
UNC hasn't won an ACC football title since 1980. Could this be the year? Last but not least, the Big Ten championship. We've got Purdue, unranked, versus number 2, Michigan. Can Harbaugh pull it off?
He will pull it off. It's like that you're going to put Purdue on his float. They're going to be waving to the crowd. Hey, we are made it to the Big Ten championship game. Great time being here. All the parting gifts are backstage. They're going to get drummed in this ball game. I love Michigan big. They have their eyes set on the playoffs, and not just the playoffs, but the national championship and championship game. I think they make light work of the Boilermakers.
Purdue is 3-0 all-time versus top 5 AP teams, and that's under Jeff Brom. I thought that was a pretty cool stat. Last but not least, you got one more for us, but it's not FBS. What's another game we should be watching this weekend?
I'm pretty sure you're looking forward to this one. It's William and Mary versus Gardner-Webb. High explosive offense of Gardner-Webb, but I love the defense of the Tribe. Mike London is my vote for Coach of the Year in the FCS with what he has done, reviving this program that's a sleeping giant. I think the Tribe take one over the running Bulldogs.
Your vote for Coach of the Year, my vote for Dad of the Year. Good luck, Dad, and my brother, receivers coach Mike London Jr. this weekend. Appreciate that shout out, and thanks for taking the time for joining us. The czar of the playbook, Emory Hunt.